The Philadelphia Eagles signed running back Kerryon Johnson off of waivers in hopes that he'll be able to provide some much needed depth in the running back room. Many are wondering if Kerryon can still be a good running back for an offense when healthy, which is a completely fair question to ask since he's been hampered so much by injuries so far. So I wanted to highlight and break down some of his most notable carries from the 2020 NFL season. He may not have gotten a ton of playing time as he was behind rookie DeAndre Swift and future Hall of Famer Adrian Peterson, but we can still look at the reps he did get and project what we could expect from him in Philadelphia. This is week 1 against the Chicago Bears. The third quarter, 13:04 mark. Lions are running outside zone. When we talk about running outside zone, there are the 3 paths that a running back can take. So I'm going to let this play go. So there's the mesh point. Kerryon takes the handoff. Now I'm going to stop it here. So now, looking at the 3 paths, and I'm going to draw it out. You're talking about the bounce to the outside, talking about banging it up the middle, or you're talking about bending it back. Okay? So you got the bounce, bang, and bend. Kerryon has right here. If he just, he stutters a little bit here, so he's waiting. And that's something that Kerryon likes to do. He likes to be patient. Now he's got a lane here. This blocker has leverage on this defender right there. So if he cuts it up here, gets upfield, he has a lane to attack right there. But he doesn't take it. He hesitates, and he decides to bounce it to the outside instead. Now he does get 5 yards because he's patient enough to wait for his blockers to develop, as we'll see here. But it could have been a much larger gain, a bigger gain on the play, had Kerryon seen that lane developing up the middle of the field. Following week 2 now against the Green Bay Packers, and it's the first quarter, 13:51 mark. We're running an inside zone now. So Kerryon's going to take the handoff here. Look at the lineman, look at the blocking. Now, 73, he's going to combo block, and he's now going to work his way up to the linebacker here. That's the Mike. Kerryon has to see that. All right, he has to wait for that block to set up. And not only that, he's got to manipulate the linebackers. You got to manipulate second-level linebackers to get baited into spots so that you can create a lane for yourself. Kerryon doesn't do that here. He gets a little bit too impatient, and his path doesn't allow him to bait the linebacker so that when he tries to get into this lane, that linebacker's right there. He doesn't set up the block. He doesn't wait for 73, his lineman here, to work his way to that next level, and Kerryon doesn't help his lineman out by using better footwork to bait the linebacker there. Same game, a few plays later, we're at the 13-minute mark now. And this looks like a busted play. It's going to be a counter to the right. So, when we talk about counter, you've got the left guard here. He's going to pull to the right-hand side. The fullback's going to lead block this way. Kerryon, what he's supposed to do is counter step to the left and then follow his 2 blockers that way. But instead, I think he messes up. He's going to take the counter step to the right and go left. And how am I sure? Because I want you to look at Matt Stafford. When he goes to hand this ball off, it's going to be in his opposite hand. And then he changes it up because he sees Kerryon going the opposite way. Ball's in his left hand, he changes it up to his right. So I think this is a busted play. Kerryon's not where he's supposed to be. Now, he's going to try to create here. Okay, he's going to try to get back to the right side where he's supposed to be. Makes a good cut to avoid that defender. Now, look, there's all this green grass. There's so much open space here. A running back with really good bursts is able to take advantage of that. But Kerryon, because of knee injuries, I mean, people have talked about his burst before when he was a rookie, how he had tremendous burst. I've never seen that, but it was better than what he shows here. So I think he's lost some of his acceleration and explosiveness as a runner, because I think rookie Kerryon would be able to gain more yardage here. I mean, look at all that space, but there's no burst. I'm going to show it from the wide angle here, or the all 22 angle, so you can see. So there's the cut, and look at the lane, but he's slow to get through that hole. So I think Kerryon's definitely lost a step or two because of the knee injuries. He's not the same type of explosive runner that he once was. But, I mean, he still makes a good cut there. He still moves pretty well, in my opinion. Okay, now we're in week 3 against the Arizona Cardinals, third quarter, 6:55 mark. This is an inside zone split run design. And, I've talked a lot about what Kerryon hasn't been able to show. A lot of negative stuff, but I want to show some positive things here now. On this run, he's going to create beyond the line of scrimmage. And I talked about on the previous play how even though he doesn't have that burst and explosiveness that he once had, he has the agility and he still moves pretty well. Look at this cut here to make the defender miss. I mean, the defender has him dead to rights. One-on-one, he's square. But Kerryon makes a really good cut to avoid him. Look at him move his hips too. That jump cut there. That twist of the hips to make sure they're not there for the defender to reach at. That's very subtle but very good elusiveness. So he eludes that defender there and then gets upfield. Turns what should have been a negative run into a positive run. So again, he does have pretty good movement skills still. Lateral agility and quickness. Alright, let's fast forward now to week 6. Second quarter, 4:05 mark. One of the plays I talked about before that I knocked Kerryon on. That's a tongue twister. I knocked him on his inability to manipulate second level defenders, manipulate the linebacker. Well, he does a better job here. So he can do it. And I want you to see number 47 on the defense. Keep an eye on him. Kerryon's in the backfield. And Kerryon's path here is much better after taking the handoff inside split zone again. And Kerryon is running toward this direction. And because of that, 47 has to honor that. He thinks he's going to take this lane right here. So because of that, look at his eyes, and his body movement is in this direction. 47 is honoring that path. Now look what Kerryon does. Once this offensive lineman has that leverage and is set up for the block, Kerryon is going to cut upfield. And he's able to get more yardage because 47 was out of the play, out of position. Last play I'm going to show you in this video. Week 9, quarter 2, 14:23 mark. This is against the Minnesota Vikings. I started off this video showing you an outside zone, and I'm going to end it with outside zone. This one's going to go to our right, but that's the offense's left. So here, Kerryon's going to show really efficient footwork. He's going to scan the defense, scan, look at the flow of the defense, and then he's going to bang it this way. So we talked about the 3 paths for a running back: bounce, bang, or bend. Which way is he going to go? He's going to bang it, and that's the proper path to take here for Kerryon. So he's going to take this, and when he gets upfield, look at the footwork here. He doesn't make a too drastic of a cut. He's going to turn his hips, get square, and then get upfield vertically. That's really good footwork to be able to squeeze through all this traffic. There's so much traffic here. He gets low, turns his hips upfield, and doesn't take too dramatic of a step, of a cut, to play his way out of that lane that develops. So it's really good footwork there by Kerryon. So I like his ability. If he sees it, he's got the footwork.